Good morning, y'all. I know my voice got a little cracky. I'm gonna spill my water first. Okay, so I believe today will be day 4. Not really sure. I'll have to look. Let me see. Yeah. So today is called Earthquakes and Other Natural Catastrophes. God prophesies the earthquakes and other natural catastrophes will increase as we approach the end of this age. Los Angeles is regarded as one of the media capitals of the world. More rotten. Foul movies, television shows featuring murder, mayhem, bullets, and perverted, the nasty word, are produced in Los Angeles than any place else. California has been long regarded as the leading edge of almost any form of prevention known to man. So the great God guides the affairs of men, and nations have every right to punish such indignancy or rebellion against his laws and his ways by people he has blessed so much, and the people in California, as in most parts of the English-speaking world, have had many chances to learn the truth in the past if they had any genuine interest, why pick on Los Angeles? Some local journalists have asked the best question would be, why not? Maybe a good shaking up will get people's attention. Yet earthquakes affect people all around the world, not just in Southern California. Scripture tells us that before Jesus Christ returns, there will be an increasing earthquakes in various places. Mark 13:8 and Matthew 24:7. Most of you realize that there have been frequent earthquakes in the last few years. Sometimes unusual places is I'm sorry, I was scraping my foot on the ground and my cat jumped. The Bible that it will. Jesus Christ promise of them, and you too should be expecting them. Watch as the number and magnitude of earthquakes grow because they will become extremely devastating. There have been earthquakes even in ancient times, as mentioned in the writings of Josephus. Um, the Bible records specific instances of earthquakes in the past and predicts them in the future. Zechariah 14:4-5. These earth-during occurrences arise from natural shifts and changes in the Earth's mantle, especially along worldwide earthquake belts or fault lines. As journalist William Broad pointed out, 1 million people died in earthquakes during the 20th century, and a scientist acknowledged that the 21st might see 10 times as many deaths, with a million lost in a single blow. Earthquakes, a matter of luck, most of it bad. New York Times, September 28, 1999. U.S. Geological Survey scientists reported in May 2008 that 7.8 magnitude quake along the San Andreas Fault would likely result in more than 50,000 injuries, thousands of deaths, and 200 billion in quake-related damage. The shakeout scenario, U.S. Geology Survey Open File Report 2008-1150. That is in a region where, for decades, there have been extensive warning about an extensive preparation for earthquakes. Yet human nature often leads people to ignore warnings. In the wake of China's devastating May 2008 earthquake in Sichuan province, Chinese scientists were quick to point out that they had for decades been the risk of potentially catastrophic quake along the very fault that gave way. But they were words getting bum puzzled this morning. But they said preparations for a quake that was a courtesy at best, and building codes remain well short of the codes that have become standard in other well-known earthquake zones. Experts warned of quake risk in China. New York Times, June 5th, 2008. In the near future, there will be more earthquakes in even places where they are not normally expected. A report by the Federal Emergency Management Agency in September 2000 warned that while California is at greatest risk of severe and concomitant harm from earthquakes, cities across the U.S. are also at risk of heavy damage and are not doing enough to prevent or prepare for such harm. Earthquake expert John Nance put the matter into perspective. The eastern seaboard is in more danger than the west because their abysmally absentmindedly, unprepared with building standards, fearless, far less stringent than California's superquake may lie ahead almost anywhere in the U.S. Los Angeles Times, March 26, 1989. In recent years, scientists have come to a better understanding of the immensity and magnitude of the tremendous fault systems that trace themselves underneath the whole Earth. However, not all the earthquakes of the near future will be natural disasters. The usual groans and strains of planet Earth's crust, some will be directly induced by God as a sign of his power and will be designed to help people wake up. God will take a direct hand in the affairs of men. The earthquakes specifically mentioned by Jesus Christ as a foreshadowing sign of his return will be usual by their location or unrepelled magnitude. Why? Remember that Jesus Christ directly predicted that nations will rise against nation and kingdom against kingdoms, and there will be famines, pestilences, earthquakes in various places. Matthew 24:7. Had there not always been earthquakes? Of course. So Jesus must have been speaking about more earthquakes than usual and more powerful earthquakes. In certainty, that is exactly what has been happening over the past several years. In Isaiah 29:6, God says, Jerusalem, you will be punished by the Lord of hosts with thunder and earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest in the flame of devouring fire. Fire. I get the word right. God says, I do not change. Malachi 3:6. He did punish ancient Jerusalem with earthquakes and storms. Now he is beginning to punish modern Israel in the same way. Dear readers, please watch for increasing earthquakes as a sign that Christ is coming soon. And if you would like to know more about God's intervention in natural phenomena, write for your free copy of our booklet, Who Controls the Weather. Next one will be Chapter 4, Disease and Epidemics. I love y'all. Jesus loves y'all too.